Good. Uh, good
Good after
after.
evening to noon. What? Welcome to the Ham Radio Kids table. We are not your grandfather's ham radio. We'll rent you the seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Well, guys, I do apologize. It sounds like YouTube's having issues tonight, not just me. So I think we're having some problems. I was watching the counter there. At one point we had like 40 people in the thing, and then it dropped down to 4,
Five.
3. I
Yeah,
see
I'm
7.
not
Okay, I
even.
see they're starting to come back in now. Um,
So I don't know. Is it because of the talent you have on tonight or the guest?
Yes.
Ray, I
Yes.
honestly don't know tonight, but
So Tim, it
I'm gonna-
will be live, and then it goes to black screen. So I do hope you're recording this on the back end, and you can just upload and edit later.
that's generally what I do anyways. But yeah, so hey, welcome to the Ham Radio Kids Table. It is another Wednesday night, and we are here tonight with Ray Novak, November 9, Juliet Alpha, and Ray is the national sales manager. Is that the correct?
I was at one time now because I do more than just amateur radio. They gave me the title of senior sales manager, which means I'm
Senior
an old
sales
guy here for a long time, and I do amateur aviation and marine.
That is quite a bit, which is actually kind of interesting. I thought about that. We normally just see Icom on the amateur radio side, but there is quite a bit more that Icom is involved in.
Well, according to my wife, I never work a day because it's all hobbies. So I go hang out at boat shows and hang out on boats. I go to air shows, get to see airplanes, and get to operate amateur radio. So in her mind, I don't work at all.
But you get paid well for it, so right?
That's debatable, sir.
Okay.
With the number of hours of hanging out with guys like you,
Well,
yeah, I wish I was paid hourly instead of a salary.
Yeah,
Right.
hanging out with guys like Frank does tend to drive the hourly rate down somewhat.
Oh,
Well, you know,
golly.
Vince, 3 shows have doubled their pay for me, so
Yeah, and you're still making bupkis.
yeah, that's true.
There you go. There you go. Well, Ray, thank you for coming on. I have been a big fan of Icom for many years, and you and I actually, I think, finally got to meet face to face a couple. Do I need to embiggen that?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I
We're going to be able to spill the beans on some things here in a little bit.
Possibly.
All right.
All right. I love that.
And I just realized the lighting in here is horrible, so I look like I match Vince's shirt.
Well, I appreciate your compliment on my clothing choices.
But go ahead, Tim.
Nobody
I'm
accused
sorry
us of
to have
being-
distracted you.
Oh, no. I mean, nobody accused us of being a professional audio video people. But you and I got to meet face to face the first time a couple of years ago at Dayton. And I tell you what, I am glad that we got an opportunity to do that. I have, over the years, I try to be, we'll say, radio agnostic in general, because I like to sample around, but I always come back to Team Icom. That is my go-to. And I think for the reasons that I had mentioned to you back then, having that consistent interface every time, having menus that are very easily intuitive to where if I needed to have my young son or my wife, so people who don't do things with radio, and just tell them, hit this button, it's very easy to do that. So I do greatly appreciate Icom, and once again, thank you for being here tonight.
Well, one of the fun things about it with Icom, you say you've jumped around. I've been with Icom for over 32 years now.
Wow.
So I've got a few friends that I've made over the years in our engineering department and marketing department. So it allows me to interface with the team that designs and builds these radios, and it becomes a lot of fun then.
Oh, I bet. Is there do you get an opportunity to provide feedback to the engineers that then gets incorporated, or is there a mechanism for that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because really what I was showing behind me over here is exactly that feedback. This is a 7300. It was a radio that no one was expecting when we released it, being a entry-level software-defined radio. And the receiver performance blew everybody away and it caused a lot of arguments on whether or not it truly was an entry-level radio, because it introduced so many advanced features. Now we've got the 7300 Mark II. And you can see on the screen right here, and that's one of the biggest things. Everybody was like, give me this radio. And for you guys that stream video, it has an HDMI output, so you can give it right to your video feed and put it in your video mixer.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then, as you can see, the guy doesn't have the best fist out there, but it is copying CW sent hand by hand.
I need that.
So this is Kilo 6, Juliet, Romeo. And looks like he's communicating with November 5, Juliet.
So all the Juliets are talking. Got it.
Yeah.
We got all the Juliets up in here tonight.
And Juliet Romeo Zulu.
We even have Julie from Power in chat.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Oh boy, we're in trouble now. At least
We
in chat, she can't sing.
Well, there we go.
Are you saying she can normally?
I'm just going to say shots fired. I know I'll hear about it.
All right.
Speaking of Julie, our friend Bill, Ham Radio Tectonic, says he had an opportunity to play with the 7300 with Julian Vaughn for the first time this weekend. Really likes it. Well, Bill, if you like the 7300, you're going to love the 7300 Mark II. I'm willing to bet.
Well, I was checking here. The guys were in a hurry to get this set up for us, but here's another new radio.
Oh, well, whoop. Bring it back up there.
We've got wow, yes, I will take the plastic off the PW2.
Nice.
Did everybody hear that?
It felt so good. And then the 7760.
Nice.
And this is in our official ham shack here at the corporate headquarters. The call sign's November 7, India Hotel. I'll make an adjustment over here. The 50th anniversary 7850, the piano black with the gold buttons.
That looks nice.
Although I think when they came in here unplugging things, I think they unplugged the power to this one. The predecessor to it being the 781. So this was the first HF radio that I used that did not have tubes.
Okay.
And I thought all radios should have pan adapters on them. And I was greatly disappointed when I got to see some of the other ones that didn't and heard the price of that one. But then the 7850, in between the two, we've got the two 7300s. Then we have the 765, which was replaced by the 7700, which is now replaced by and I got to find which way. Sorry, I don't play a weatherman in a normal life, but there's the 7760. And on the far wall is our VHF, UHF with the 970 and the 9700. But that corner right now is where all the bits and pieces, when they did the quick change of the shack, occurred.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that is an awesome display that you've got there. Is that just for the employees there in your office, or do you guys open it up to external groups?
We've had some construction going on, so we really haven't had many people come by to visit in a while.
Mhm.
But it is primarily for the Icom employees. We do have quite a few hams here at the facility. A couple of the TSR department. One of our engineers loves to come in here and contest. So we have a good time here.
Hey Ray, apparently you need pink rails that will make all the radios better.
Purple.
3DB.
That comes from Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics.
Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be Julie because that's
I-
usually one of her. She's normally off the rails.
No, but she
Oh, wow.
agrees with the Bill. So
Yeah.
And Jeff, I'm assuming you're commenting in there. Purple rails, is that what we need?
Yeah, I like purple.
Yeah, like purple.
couldn't tell by the background or anything. So
I've just-
TSR.
I'm sorry. I just got out of panic mode now that I got the microphone working, and I just started seeing the taglines for you guys. So we've got 8-bit, a big Tim 4. Okay.
Yeah.
The shenanigan starter. Really?
Yep.
Wow. And then Vince, are you the what do you want to call it? The mental health Canadian there,
Uh,
the one that keeps the peace going and level.
we try. We try.
Vince keeps me in check.
And that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So what are some, we had talked about the 7300 Mark II. What are some of the key technical differences between the 7300 and the 7300 Mark II?
Well, really, from the front of it, this one has a blue light versus green light.
Okay.
The blue light, and it's not like choose the red pill or the blue pill. The blue light indicates that you've got remote control for it.
Okay.
So I can remote in with the RSBA1 software, control it, and then put it in standby mode when I shut down the software, or completely remotely turn it off.
Okay. Now, my understanding with the previous version of the 7300, the current 7300, you had to use a standalone PC in conjunction with that to remote it. That's correct? Okay. So now we have the Ethernet port on the back that allows us direct connectivity.
So what I'm going to do here, I'm sorry to have my back to the camera here. Wow, I might not get too far here with pulling the radio down, but
Did they chain it to the table?
no, I thought this was a ground strap. No, that's actually an HDMI cable.
Okay.
So tell me there's the proper angle.
Okay.
So you can see right here, we got our remote external speaker, the 13 pinned in, a USB-C port. Boy, this is more difficult. Well, I don't see how the other people do that. Here's the HDMI port, the RJ45 for the Ethernet port.
Okay.
Above here are receive antenna in out. So if you wanted to put a filter in line, like a bandpass filter, and still use this antenna connector, then you would bridge these two with the filter, or you can use it as a separate receive antenna.
Okay, so you could use a log, a loop on the ground or something like that as a secondary receive only antenna.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's your big difference between the two.
Okay. Do you know what the resolution is on the HDMI?
I do not know the exact resolution. I can tell you it's not going to be 4 or 8K.
Darn.
It's going to be pretty much the basic resolution of the display that we have for it.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people made that assumption. Hey, you go to HDMI, you're going to have this marvelous resolution. That's not always the
No.
case. And sorry, guys, I'm trying to do this and keep the show PG. I'm not going to stand up and bend over to put this thing back in place.
Well, while you're doing
For
that,
which
Ray,
we thank you handsomely.
Colin in VK says, "Can you please let Ray know I got an email from Icom Australia? They received the email."
Yep, they let me know the same thing. So I appreciate that.
So I think on the DVI port that's being used on the other radios, that's is it 720? Does that sound right?
I can't remember exactly what it was.
Okay. I think it is 720. Although our friend Mike says Jeff needs it in a 8-bit version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is 8-bit version.
And Ray, I don't know if you can answer this. Robin from the UK wants to know, what is the CIV address of the Mark II?
It is different than the Mark I. I answered his question on social media, even though he had a hard time believing that we would do something different. All indications are just what Greg Popovich, who's with our technical support team, because of supporting legacy equipment using the remote port, it will be a different CI5 address. That way we could have a Mark I 7300 and a Mark II 7300 on the same CIV bus and not have any conflicts.
There you go.
Well,
Awesome.
that makes perfectly good sense. Ray, I think if I recall correctly from the product announcement, availability is later this year.
That's what our goal is right now with the U.S. government shutdown. The FCC's not moving at all.
Right.
I do know it's been submitted for certification, and production is going to be pretty soon.
Right on. Well, that's good. Well, we're looking forward to seeing it. I've got customers at the candy store I work at here in Canada at the dealership that are excited about it. So,
Oh yeah,
and we're excited to see it too, for sure.
and
I'm
we're
excited.
we are excited to see this product come out. There's different opinions on when it's coming out. I made a comment that the radio should be available in quantity for Dayton. That really doesn't say when we're releasing the radio.
No.
I think that's going to be when we're through all of the back orders or the reservations and things like that, and somebody can just walk up and buy one at the show
Sure.
without everybody else that's in the waiting list getting upset because somebody bought one at Dayton while they're on somebody's waiting list. Not that ever happens.
Not that
Oh,
that ever
no.
happens.
Oh, never,
no.
never.
Never.
No.
Yeah. Woo, woo. Lord, watch out. Shots fired,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But that is cool. So now I understand you obviously they make different versions for different markets. Will it be released worldwide at the same time because of the slowdown of with the FCC, or will different markets now receive it at different times?
Well, the FCC doesn't control everything globally. It just controls the U.S. market. It'll go through the DOC for Canada. Europe's got their own regulatory bodies that will review the product. And the goal is for it to be launched as closely as possible everywhere.
Okay.
Well, I got to see it at the Tokyo Ham Fair. The UK had one like 2 weeks after the Tokyo Ham Fair. Videos from different dealers there. My buddy Colin from Icom UK was at a few of the dealers showing the product, having a good time, basically going neener, neener, neener. I got it before you did. So we all get to have some fun with it.
So, couple things here, Ray. Robin said they expected that the CI5 would be different. The UK Icom sales guys said it would be the same, so that's interesting. And N0CKL asks, can the CW decoder and memory bank here be open at the same time?
Well, we've got, if you can see here on the screen, TX memory. So let's see. You can pop it up. So you just hit the TX memory to hit it, hit the exit to come back out.
So, yes and no.
Sort of, kind of.
It depends.
It's got to be circularly polarized.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is it left hand or right hand orientation though?
I don't know. It could be a little bit of both.
Right.
It
Exactly.
depends on which hemisphere you're in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
The
yeah.
one
that's true.
thing, the one thing about it, and Tim, you'll get a kick out of this from the forum that we both sat in at Huntsville. There's a lot of speculation about this product. There's not a written manual yet that's been released. So making comments, oh, it's going to be the same, or no, it's not. We haven't seen a production unit yet. And when
That
you
is
look at
fair. That is
when you
fair.
look at software that's out there, and you go to select the 7300, they don't have 7300 Mark II yet on the selection list. So if you wanted to work with that software and you pick the 7300 profile, you can easily go into the menu, settings, connection, CIV, and there it is. This one happened to be right out of the box here at Bravo 6 Hotel for Hex. But the one that we have in our show booth is a different hexadecimal number. So right now it's
Yep.
anybody's guess, but my speculation is we always support the legacy product. We don't want to put a Mark II on the same CI5 bus as a Mark I and have a data collision. There's enough data collisions on the CI5 remote jack as it is. You don't need two of the same things being addressed to two different radios.
Well, I would think you would have that same issue if you had two 7300s on the same address.
Yeah.
Not a Mark II and a classic, but
Yeah.
any of two radios, in any of two of the Icom radios on the same CIB address, you would run into that same issue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead,
Tim.
Vince.
We've had a couple people asking us about ID 5200.
Well, that is an exciting radio. Rule number one, if you see it under glass, guarantee it's going to be at least a year.
All right.
There's definitely not a manual for it yet. I did get to touch it out from underneath the glass. It's got a gorgeous display. There's a lot of speculation. I did make a fool of myself when Josh Nass goes, hey, KISS 96. And I'm like, oh, a radio station. No, it was confirmed. It is for a TNC for 9600 bit per second. There's a lot of discussions going on now, how to access it, what can we do with it, what we can't do with it, how much APRS will we support it? So we're still in a very early development stage of the product.
Okay. Real good. Yeah, it would be then not the only, if it were to be a fully open KISS TNC, it would be not the only radio on the market like that, which users would welcome.
Well, that's one of my wishes.
Right on. That's great. Cool. Tim, you had a question and you and I doubled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like running a repeater here. Jamskin did ask, what was the, do we know what the speed of the NIC is? The Ethernet port on the back? No.
No idea.
I'm going to make the assumption. I'm just not, here I am. I'm speculating, but as as an IT professional, my assumption is going to be at least a 1 gig NIC. That is pretty much standard in most.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
So Colin here wants to know, when will the ICM-430 VHF marine radio be released?
Oh wow. Okay. That was one that we introduced at IBEX, which is a marine industry show for all the boat builders. Right now, we're looking at April-May timeframe for that product.
There you go, Colin.
Awesome.
So we've got the new radios. Obviously, the FCC is slowing some things down by not being open right now. I'm sorry. Hopefully by Dayton, right? I'm reading. I gotta turn off the chat so I don't see that thing. Frank, you're in charge of the chat. There you go.
Aren't I always?
All right.
Well, that's why I don't have the chat open on my end, or I'd be distracted as well, because I know there's hecklers out there.
No, a lot of the people in this chat are very nice tonight. So, we have Julie to heckle you, so we're good there, right?
Well, we have Judy and Jody, and Jody's being very polite tonight, so we're good.
Yeah, Jody, something's wrong with you. You feeling all right there?
Hey, don't poke the bear. All right.
Oh, Vince, I poke all the bears.
No,
Okay.
let's give Ray like the nice ham radio kids table experience.
Okay. James wants to know, would the Mark II differentiate on the CIV due to Ethernet and IP versus USB?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Would the Mark II differentiate on CIV due to Ethernet versus USB?
That's a good question. I think the CIV is going to apply in both of those because that is the protocol that the commands go over. As far as the audio using the USB and also how the audio is being handled, it will be a virtual COM port that is set up using the RSBA1 software. But the sentence structure for controlling the radio is all CIV.
There you go, James. So it would go out both the Ethernet and the USB the same, no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Colin's in here with all the Marine.
These Marine guys, they're just somewhat demanding, aren't they?
Right?
I mean, I saw that when I was at the Vancouver Boat Show. Can you get a hold of this? I'm on my 26-foot boat, and can I Bluetooth to the radio at the stern while I'm at the bow? I'm kidding. Colin isn't saying that, but is there an app for the ICM 510 to the ham radio so you can use it via phone around the house?
Whoa. Wait, we're mixing technologies there. So an app for the M510. Yes, we do have an app for the M510. It'll allow you to have up to 3 Wi-Fi wireless command mics for the M510. As far as doing something like the 7300 Mark II, there's a very nice app out there called SDR for Icom, or SDR Rig Control for Icom by Marcus. As soon as the 7300 hits the street, I bet money he will have one, and you'll be able to do FT8 with the iPad app very, very quickly.
That is awesome. And we've got, I've got somebody over on my stream asking if there's any plans to bring out an SDR HF radio, SDR only HF radio. No, let me rephrase. Will Icom ever bring out a SDR radio HF only?
HF only. So dropping the 6 meters on it, I really don't see us doing that.
All right.
The ultimate entry level radio that we have is the 7718. That does use an FPGA for filtering and things like that. It does have bandpass filtering in the front end of it, but that would probably become the closest to HF only.
Yeah, that's a good point of clarity, Ray. I'd forgotten about the FPGA and the 718. It's a great starter radio for most people. Then again, 7300 is a pretty good starter radio too, right? So
It's a toss up between the two, because if you're just going to do phone or CW, the 7300 is a great radio. You'll still need a CI5 interface to put it into your logging software. But if you're going to be doing any of the digital modes, really you need to go over to the 7300. The Mark II with the USB-C port on it, it just mates up perfectly with the radio. One thing, though, in Microsoft's infinite wisdom, if you plug in the radio before you download our drivers, Microsoft will load what they think will work. And you're going to spend a little bit of time with our technical support department cleaning out your regedit and things like that, because their drivers do not work and our drivers will not load over the top of what Microsoft loads.
Or just take a
So,
big hammer to the PC and go with Mac.
yeah.
Robin, again from the UK,
Yeah.
wants to know, will the 7300 Mark II have the 256 gig cards that most rigs now have, thanks to firmware update?
Have no idea at this point. That's usually something that will be listed in the owner's manual. And like I mentioned earlier, we don't have a manual yet.
Okay. Jody wants to know as he's eating dinner, any info yet on the receive antenna in-out ports, or any planned ICOM accessories in that area?
Not Icom planned accessories. I mean, there's so many different devices out there and you can build your own beverage antenna. Hold on. There are bandpass filters. The only thing that you'll need to do is put an SMA connector on them. We had to go SMA just because the lack of real estate on the back of the radio.
There you go. Colin says, this is following up with his previous one, he uses the RS M500 app with the M510. It would be cool if there was an app like that for ham radio as well. Colin, that's what the Marcus works on.
Yeah.
Mac only though.
No, I have Marcus's apps on Windows.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I thought that was Mac only. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I'm sorry. I have a Mac, so everything for me is Mac only.
Well, everything for me should be Mac only, but that's a different. Let's see. So, Paul, you've met Paul, Prep Ham Paul. He's asking if a release date has been announced yet for the Mark II. Paul, you're late, so I'll forgive you. We went over that already. But Ray, if you want to answer again.
No, I you know what, Frank? I like how you dealt with Paul for being late anyway.
There you go.
That's how we do around here. So, okay.
But
So
no, Paul,
hopefully
we have not released a date yet.
Yeah,
Ray
So,
said hopefully before Dayton.
yeah, it's pretty damn hard to have a release date when the regulatory body that allows you to release it is on strike or shut down, right? So people just have to have a little bit of patience in this case, just like licensing, right? There's a whole
Right.
bunch of
Huh.
us VEs that aren't doing any testing right now because people can't get a ULS. Um, um,
Ways
an
around
FRN
it.
number. Yeah, there are ways. Yeah.
I guess I could go down this path. I'm not sure how many trees it'll be under.
Well, there we go.
okay. Bob wants to know, well, is there any new software in the Mark II that could be backwards compatible to the original 7300 via update?
That's one thing that ICOM stays with. It will work legacy. The only thing that would be different is that the Mark 17300 or the legacy or the classic, so many different terms for it, will still need an external computer for the server, where the 7300 has it built in. The features, functions, benefits of remoting will be exactly the same between the RSBA1 for the Classic as well as the Mark II. It's just one less computer for you.
There you go. And Jody's back to his normal sassy self now that he's been fed. Will the built-in CW decoder be able to handle my keying? Right? You don't want to know how bad my keying is, but it's horrible.
Oh,
Well,
Frank's
is
key.
it left foot keying?
If
It's
it was that good, we would be celebrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was a club foot.
Well, it depends on what you wanted to decode. If you want to decode Frank's T's and E's, it'll do wonderful.
Okay. Let's put it this way. I send Mary Q every time I send CQ. MMQ every time.
Who's Mary?
Is there a wedding?
Sure, why
Who's
not?
getting married?
All right.
Michael wants to know any new firmware coming for the PW2 to support more features over Ethernet.
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
Really, that would be something that would follow up from the Microsoft store. We really don't see much with the software because of that, the ability to download it that way.
There you go. So Vaughn finally got in the chat here. He's asking, will both the Mark II and 5200 drop at the same time?
What was rule number 1 I shared with you guys?
If it's under glass, it's at least a year.
Okay.
Well, like Paul, Vaughn was late to the chat. Julie was here on time. Vaughn was late. So
I'm not touching either one of those.
okay.
All right.
So Prep Ham Paul thinks the HDMI out to the big screen is going to look amazing when he streams the 7300 Mark II waterfall screen.
Well, it'll be but for, I like how he put that, but we need to be careful. It will be the entire screen that you see. It won't be just the waterfall. So just wanted to make sure that was clear.
So it's a mirror of the built-in.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, there's nothing special being done in the radio. Sorry, nothing done special in the radio to let you do a certain segment or drag something from the screen of the radio up to the display.
There you go. And that's similar to all rigs anyway. That,
Yeah.
you know, they all have, you know, it's the whole screen or nothing. So
And when you think about it, you got to take a step back and look at the embedded software in the radio to drive a monitor versus a computer that you've spent at least $1,500 on to have the processing power to do your waterfall, your higher resolutions, and things like that. You really can't compare. They're not apples to apples. The processing power of a radio in a radio that's going to cost as much as most new laptops today. It's real difficult to do that.
So
Not to mention all the licensing of the different things that you can do on a touch screen of a computer and things like that.
there you go. So Robin has an interesting question. They have two 7760, or they have a 7760 with two heads. They have issues where they need to remove power from the radio box sometimes to get the other head to connect. Is that a known issue that will be fixed?
Have no idea. That is a technical support question.
There you go, Robin.
The real thing about it is it sounds like something has happened in the configuration because two heads should not be live at the same time. One head should be live with the radio, not trying to run two of them.
So this is a case where two heads aren't better than one. But
Correct.
Yes.
Man, Vince.
Come on, you knew it was coming.
And I think I did this with Josh on Ham Radio Crash Course. We were talking about the 7760, and we can do up to 5 different remote heads on the radio. It's whoever powers up first that gets the radio. So if it's rare DX and you got 5 DXers trying to jump on the radio at the same time, it will be very interesting to hear the fighting. I couldn't work them because you were on the radio. You forgot to turn it off.
Sounds about right for typical hams at a remote station. Absolutely. Let's hear. We're all caught up on questions for now.
For now. Can you guys hear me
All right.
okay? I did
Yeah.
a mic switch. All right.
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay.
You're on your AirPods. We can tell.
I should be on this guy right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to hold it up to your mouth a little bit more.
It's fine.
Attach it to your beard, like right here.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, are there?
Does the beard act like a windscreen?
It could, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Ray, are there other interesting features about the Mark II that you haven't mentioned yet? Any sort of pass banding differences or audio handling differences?
There's been a 15 dB improvement in the receiver performance. Now, I haven't had a chance. I just opened up the radio yesterday, and today has been all day meetings. So
Yeah.
I haven't been able to sit down and A/B the two side by side on an antenna.
All right. So 15 dB is a heck of a claim. How's that measured?
I'm trying to
With a
remember
meter.
where the brochure would be located. I think we've got the preliminary brochure or the final brochure on our website, and it covers with the filtering and one of the things that I know a lot of people are interested about, but it's not in the spec sheet, is what speed or what sampling rate is the A to D converter.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff, it's not going to be 8-bit, but I don't know if it's 16-bit or what level it is.
Not a problem. I like modern technology too.
Yeah, right on. No, that sounds very cool. That's very exciting to get that kind of a gain in a revision of a product like that. So good job. Good job to all the engineers.
Yeah, they did a real good
Absolutely.
job on this radio.
So
It was very exciting. In fact, it was such an impact at the show. Very few people realized on the first day about the 5200.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
So because our resident Texan is not in the chat, Jody's filling in for him. They're asking what color the OVF light's going to be.
I don't think there's been a change of that. But to go along with that question, it's just like the guy complaining that his Corvette goes flying off in the curve. Every now and then, let off the gas. You don't have to have all the preamps turned on and full gain on a radio.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Well said.
I think I coined the phrase when people really started looking at the 7300 and then the 7610 came out. You really got to exercise good gain management with the radios. They're so sensitive nowadays, going after that weakest possible signal, that you need to look at how do you use your attenuation, how do you use your RF gain. The goal is to pick out the weakest signal possible within all the hash and noise. And you got to really understand how to ride that RF gain control to be able to hear it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Don N5SKT, he's not in the chat tonight, and he's the biggest, I'll never do Icom because of the OVF light, because he had so many issues with it.
Yeah.
You know Don, I'm sure.
It sucks to be Don.
Right?
Well, on some of the other channels, there's like 4 or 5 Dons in it, so I'm not sure which one.
He's the big one on the HRCC after chat that's always talking about the OVF light.
Okay.
Yeah.
My OBF light doesn't come on, but I'm also operating out in the woods, so I don't.
Even at home, my OVF light doesn't come on. I have a 9700 and a 7300. Neither of them come on.
The thing is, it's a very interesting subject. The different radio manufacturers do things differently. One of the manufacturers does not give you the option to turn on a preamp. Their radio specs are with their preamp always on.
Yes.
And then what you do is you hit the IPO button, which turns the preamp off.
Intercept point operation.
Yes. So when you turn
Such
that
an unusual
off,
name.
yep. When you turn that off, and then there's no attenuation either. And
Yeah.
it really cracks me up. The guys that are going, okay, well, you see the OVF come on. What band are you on? Well, I'm on 40 meters. Ah, okay. Do you ever use attenuation? Now, why would I do that? Never have a preamp on 40 meters or 80 or 160. That's primarily for your 10, 15, and 20.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, indeed.
I've seen situations where in a contest and a huge pileup, I end up using a combination of both the attenuation and the preamp.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to be able to manipulate the signal to noise ratio where you can hear the call sign, because what you might be experiencing, somebody else that you're trying to work may not be experiencing that. They are hearing you 5.9 and you can't hear them hardly at all.
So interesting comment about RF gain in the chat, and a question that comes out of this. James, KF5OEB, someone says that RF gain has to be at 100%. My 706 Mark II-G, I ride the RF gain at 45%. The IC-705 is at 100%, which is correct.
Whatever you can hear the clearest signal. There is no perfect answer to that.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
It depends on the antenna that you're using. It depends on the man-made noise around you. There's so many different things. And like I said, let the foot off the gas every now and then. You'd be surprised at what you hear.
So, James, the short answer, as you know all too well, it depends.
Mileage may vary.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, the guys that I'd wonder how many people in our audience this evening have never tried turning down their RF gain to get rid of the background noise to just hear signal. It's such a pleasant experience, much like those of us speaking here tonight. Just turn it down, get rid of the noise, give your ears a break, make them not as fatigued. It's a wonderful thing.
I'll give a great example for everyone. Everyone's gonna love it. So RF gain at 100% is me talking right now, whereas RF gain at like 30% is that sounds less like Frank. Yeah, that's exactly what RF gain does for you.
Well, and RF gain, Frank, is if you're turning that RF gain down, what we have to remember is that signal to noise ratio, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the top end, we've got the higher volume, the voice talking or the CW coming in or whatever your poison is, and oh yeah, Jody's got that. It's like putting in earplugs when the spouse is yelling at you. It's peaceful, right? Because it reduces that background noise. That's a really good way to put it. But that signal's coming in, and you've got that noise floor. So now if you turn down your RF gain, your signal comes down and your noise floor comes down. And now your noise floor falls below the threshold where you can hear it, but you can still hear the signal. And it's so polite and quiet. And it's so awesome to listen to. And you reduce ear fatigue and brain fatigue and everything else when you do it that way. Most of the world doesn't do that. They just leave everything cranked up all the time with the preamp on and go, my damn radio is so noisy.
I can't. I have to ride my RF gain and my volume because I have hearing aids, and at some point, the more noise I put in, the more fatigue. The faster my ears get fatigued from all that noise. So I do. A lot of times I'll sit in the truck or in the back, and I'll put cans on. It depends on the environment that I'm in. If I'm by myself out in the woods, I'll at least have one can on where I can have the volume down at a real low level and work that way. And I find it's much more peaceful to do it that way than having it up. And then you're not bringing in the atmospheric noise along with it, because there is a lot of that out there too, or the noisy station that's 5 kcs up that's running 6 wide, which does happen with a noisy amplifier too.
Yeah, it never happens.
Never happens.
Never.
Bob
So-
Heil, in one of his presentations, said it the best. A ham asked him, why does his HC4 have horrible audio? And Bob's response to him, it does not have horrible audio if your goal is to break through a pileup. You waste your voice on
Oh yeah.
bits and pieces of an audio signal that does nothing for your articulation as well as your RF envelope. And for contesters and DXers, the goal is to bust through that pileup. And sometimes it's the most annoying sounding audio that you can have.
Yep, it is. And I'm going to put a link in the chat on the main channel here and on my own channel. Heilham Radio has a wonderful page for DSP settings for radios. And this is all about tuning your transmit audio to get that peak envelope power out around the important part of the passband to break through pileups. I saw Bob give this demonstration live, and it was mind-blowing and world-altering for me to see this. And I went home and I replicated it on my own radios, and it absolutely works. So take a look at that link if you're unsure how to set your transmit DSP settings, and you don't have guidance otherwise on how to do that.
And 2 things here, Ray. James KI50EB says, thank you for everything. And then Jody wants to know, any rumors of enough processing power in the Mark II with that separate receive port to do diversity reception?
Ooh.
Well, to do diversity reception, you need to have 2 receivers. So that's not going to be possible with the 7300 because it is a single receive radio. So something like the 7610, where you've got 2 identical independent receivers. And there again, the amount of tools that you have with the Digicel preselector, as well as the preamps. I mean, the second preamp has got 16 dB of gain that is controlled in a manner where it focuses only on your intended signal. It helps improve your signal to noise ratio. But because of the simple fact that it's a single receiver, no, it will not do diversity receive.
So there's no time slicing between the 2 ports then?
No.
Okay. There you go, Jody.
And that the thing is to keep in mind, this radio is targeted for the entry level market.
Jody, think of it this way. All these potentially new hams who have taken past their tests, whether it be tech, general, extra, whatever, or one or all 3, this radio is aimed at them, not those of us that have nice stations. I don't have a nice station, but for those of us that do or want one or whatnot, this isn't aimed necessarily towards us. It's aimed towards that newer crowd, right, Ray?
Yes, it is.
I tell you what, as a seasoned ham radio operator, I would buy one.
Oh yeah, so
yeah,
I'm waiting too. Yeah,
I mean, there again, it comes down to what you're really doing. Those that really are going to be doing a lot of diversity reception, they're going to have a lot more wire and aluminum in the air, where the 7300s for somebody that's 100 watts in a wire.
Is that what you want?
Or POTA or SOTA work, things like that for 100 watts.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got to interrupt. Oh, Vince, don't put him down yet. We got to interrupt for the doggo. Oh, doggo time. There we go.
This is Wrangler, the Shiba Inu.
Wrangler, the therapy dog.
Wrangler, the ham radio therapy dog. There we go. He's been down here bugging me, so I'm going to go let him out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, you need your nails trimmed, mister.
So, Paul, that's the way to do it. He says he's going to keep his 7300 and buy another Mark II for his second QTH radio connected to the monitors and PC. There you go, Paul. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I've got no problem with repeat offenders.
So I'm excited when I said I would purchase one again. I travel a lot for work. I'm on the go. So having the ability to remote in wherever I'm at, I enjoy. I like to operate local, but if I'm in a hotel room, I can't operate local. If I'm flying, I can't necessarily operate local. So having the remote radio without having to worry about maintaining a second computer at home is fine. And to your point, Ray, I am that guy with 100 watts and a wire. I am not necessarily have a desire to have the amplifier, but maybe a couple extra 100 watts to break through on a cloudy day or something, but not a full legal limit station. I think it's probably more than what I care for. So I feel like I'm part of that target market for this radio.
Well, and you could even if you want more power, the PW2 will pair up nicely to the 7300. You run it on 110 volts, you got 500 watts out, and you're able to monitor and control it using the software through the Ethernet port.
Lot of fun chat going back and forth about the 991 versus the 7300 here. James says the radio is still good enough for those of us with a few years under our belt. Absolutely. Tortoise Overland says he just needs another IC-7000 to replace the 891. Here we go. JC asks, any news about an updated IC-705 or 7100?
Nothing out there. We're finishing up the 7300 Mark II. The ID-5200 is taking a lot of resources because there's a lot of things that we want to do with that radio.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're talking about the 5200 having both Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, TNC built in. There's a lot of engineering work going into that product.
There's a lot of RF coming out of that little handheld there.
Well, it's very funny. I do a training course here for new employees, and I hold up a phone and ask them, how many radios are there?
Exactly.
And the thing is, well, it's a cell phone. But when you start breaking it down and talking about the different radios, majority of the people go home that night and start looking at what in their house is a radio. Because if it's a Wi-Fi device in a cell phone, you've got cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You've got GPS receive only, and I can't remember. There was 5 of them that I pointed out that you had in it, and it just blew everybody's mind.
NFC radio.
Which one?
NFC.
NFC.
Near field contact.
Oh, that would have been number 6. But wait a minute, is that over Bluetooth or is that over Wi-Fi?
I think
know. AirDrop is over Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's Apple stuff, but NFC.
I believe that is its own transceiver.
Because
I'm sure Jody's going to tell us. He'll correct us.
Well,
because this little NFC chip or sticker doesn't have any radios in it, as far as I know. It has, I don't know what these have in them.
So the way the near field works is it uses it sends out a pulse that pushes information or electricity into the coil that's on that sticker, Jeff.
Yep.
And it powers it just long enough for it to send something out.
So
whatever
what's
coded
the
data is on it.
when you look at a whisker receiver?
Near field communications from Jody.
Frank, were you trying to share something?
Yeah, this actually came from Meme Master Jody.
This is another meme.
Is that...
Yes.
Oh, good golly, Jody. How do you do that so fast?
I saw the notification pop up on my phone, so I had to go in and open Discord.
Okay, you guys have got to email me that one. I keep all the different memes that people create of me, and for the most part, I normally see that kind of stuff on Amateur Logic TV, but that's a good one.
Jody, you heard the man. Email him.
QRZ.com is current.
There we go. That's awesome. Ray, I think we're really looking forward to the Mark II coming our way. Of course, we're looking forward to the 5200 and all those other toys that aren't out yet. What can't you talk about that you're going to tell us?
I got to plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah, all right. All right.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
It can neither confirm nor deny. That's awesome.
Oh no, Ray, you're in trouble. Prep Ham Paul says he needs to make a baby Ray video now.
Oh lordy.
Oh boy.
If you haven't seen if you haven't seen
bring it on.
So Tortoise Overland wants to know, when is the 5200 possible?
Oh, he missed that too. He came late to the show.
Oh, Tortoise was the latest out of everybody.
Yeah.
Would that be supportive of the name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. All right.
Mike's a cool guy, but he's a little slow on getting into chat sometime. Colin found a loophole for you, Ray. You can tell the VK guys they don't have a fifth.
Nope.
Okay. Well, neither to the Canadians, but I'm not going to put Ray on the spot that way because I'm polite.
And Paul says he'll send you the baby Ray video when he's done.
Well, let me think here. If I was to share everything that I know, then you guys would never ask me back on again.
No, we would not. But we want you to come back. We do appreciate it.
That means there's a little bit of show security.
There we go.
Right. I'm a co-host here, and I somehow made it to co-host and stayed on here. So you're good.
I don't know about him. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. Yeah, that's okay. That's a good answer. That's a good answer, Ray. We do want to have you back at some point in the future. So,
all right. Well, guys, they're going to be running me out of here soon.
Well,
one last quick question for you, Ray. Then, Robin says the IC-9700 doesn't meet the UK contesting cleanliness when amplified. Is there going to be a point where you get a lower phase noise and better dynamic range version soon?
What radio is this?
9700.
Okay. Not really sure.
There you go, Robin.
You said quick question, quick answer.
Yeah, exactly. And Jody says, email sent to Ray, it is important to open all attachments.
If it gets through our spam filter, I will.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that.
I don't know. Do you have a Jody filter installed too? You might need that.
No, but the Barracuda firewall that we have blocks even our own employee emails to each other at times.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to know you've got tight security.
Yeah.
Ray, you said you had to run. Hey, we are super happy that you could spend some time with us this afternoon, this evening. Thanks for telling us more about the Mark II. We're excited to see it hit the market.
Well, I'm glad to be on here. I'm glad you guys have got a great sense of humor, and
Hey.
that there was no specific dress code or anything like that or requirements.
Yeah.
No,
There you go.
No, we're not like the other shows. We don't make our guests wait for half an hour or wear any silly.
Well, your guest made you guys wait while I was trying to figure out the microphone on this thing.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna blame YouTube for that because it took
Yeah.
6 or 7 minutes after the show started, the stream to go. So people are gonna have to go back and watch the beginning of the stream. To,
Yep.
to
And
catch
I
up
will
on it.
I will capture the recording and push it up here, so you won't have to watch the actual live stream replay. It'll be a fresh video, so look for that. Well, everybody, thank you very much. I do appreciate, Ray, once again for you joining us tonight. Hopefully we can get you back on a little bit closer to the actual day. Oh, I don't know. I forgot to ask a question. I remember now. Tortoise
Nope, you
Overland.
exceeded your limit.
No, got one. Have they announced an MSRP yet?
No, we
Radio.
have not.
Okay.
So, Ray, here you go. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, NFC, and cellular. Those are your 5 radios in the cell phone.
There's one other one missing, and I cannot think of it to save my life right now.
That came from a local ham who I sent the link to watch the show tonight. So thanks for watching.
All righty.
All right.
Thanks for
Wait,
being
Ray.
here, Ray. It's been fantastic.
It has. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Everybody, have a wonderful week. Don't forget, we got some other live streams coming up tomorrow. Thursday night, the Thursday night playlists will be on. And then Friday night, Digital Rancher will be doing the after chat or the late shift. The late shift. That's it. And Josh will have his regular Saturday night stream on. So until we get an opportunity, what?
But Tim,
Oh, I
before
took
late shift on before Digital Rancher does
Oh,
his late
golly.
shift, I have Andy N9JA coming on my channel
Oh,
for
okay.
World
Yeah, from
Radio League.
World
I haven't
Radio,
posted
yes.
it yet, so first heard here first.
All right. Well, that's cool. Well, make sure everybody check that out. Look, check out everybody's social media to find out when they will be live again on the YouTubes. Everybody have a wonderful evening. 73.
I do have one more for you.
Yes, sir.
A new YouTuber that's up and coming very quickly. She's on frequency.
El Marie,
yeah.
we've had her
Yeah,
on
El
here
Marie.
actually.
Yeah. If she hasn't
been
been
on
on the show, you guys need to get her on the show.
Yeah.
Actually,
I hate to say, Ray, she was here before you.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, but she is awesome. Yeah, you're damn straight. Great channel for sure.
And I want to thank Prep Ham Paul for introducing me to her. And some of the stuff that she's coming up with is pretty cool.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, El's an awesome channel. Definitely a big up and comer in the hobby.
Awesome. Well, everybody have a good night. We will catch you later. 73.
Later,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
All right.
Dun,
Get it?